For most families with significant wealth, charitable giving isn't just about generosity, it's about strategy, it's about legacy. Hey, everybody, Matt Landon here. Welcome back to Money and Meaning, the show where we talk about building a life that's not just rich in dollars, but rich in purpose. Now, today we're going to talk about something that is really close to a lot of our hearts, and that's around charitable giving. So, when most people hear this phrase, they think about writing a check at the end of the year. Maybe they call it a day. And honestly, if that's your rhythm, that's fine. But for most families with significant wealth, charitable giving isn't just about generosity, it's about strategy, it's about legacy. And to be perfectly frank, it's about efficiency. So let me explain. When you build wealth, and I'm talking about real meaningful wealth, you start asking different questions. It's no longer just how much do I have? And it becomes more of what kind of impact do I want to leave behind? And more importantly, how do I do that wisely? So charitable giving is one of the most powerful tools we have to answer that question well. And it's not just because it feels good to support causes you care about, but because when done right, giving can be incredibly tax smart and deeply personalized to your goals. So let me give you an example. So we work with families that are giving tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars every year. And it's not just to cut a tax bill, but also to involve their kids in something more meaningful. So some of them are using donor advised funds, that's a DAF for short, to create structured, flexible approach to giving. Others build out full charitable trusts and they set up their own charitable trust, or they get involved with an existing charitable trust. And in certain cases, we look at using appreciated stock or business interest to avoid capital gains and still get that deduction. But here's the thing, none of this happens accidentally. It all takes planning. I'll never forget a conversation that I had with one of our clients, and it was a second generation business owner who had just sold his company. And he said, Matt, I'm not just trying to give money away. I'm trying to give my kids a reason to care about it. That's something that really stuck with me because for this gentleman, charitable giving wasn't just a footnote. It was a chapter in his family's story. It was a way of bringing everyone around the table to talk about values, to talk about legacy, and to make decisions that mean something beyond just money. And that's where working with a good advisor can make a really big difference, because it's not just about maximizing deductions. It's about aligning your giving with your broader financial and family goals. So if you're listening to this and you're thinking, yeah, I've always wanted to do more with my giving, but I don't really know where to start, or I know there's different ways of doing things, but I don't know what they are. I want you to hear this. You don't have to figure it out all on your own. So whether it's a structured giving plan, whether it's exploring charitable trusts or involving your family in more intentional conversations, those are some of the things that we do at Semmax. Now, look, I know charitable planning might not be the flashiest part of financial planning, but it is one of the most impactful. And if you're already giving, there's a good chance you could be doing it more efficiently. So if you're sitting on like a really big tax event this year and you're looking at it saying, okay, is there a way to reduce this burden? Or if you've been thinking about a way to pass on more than just money, or if you want to build something that lasts beyond yourself, charitable giving might be the bridge between your wealth and your why. So if you're ready to start that conversation, please feel free to reach out. We'd love to talk. Until next time, this is Money and Meaning. My name's Matt Landon. Thanks for being here and have a beautiful day.